Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. So here we have a Mazda 3 exclusive line. This has got the new and improved 2.5 litre 140 PS naturally aspirated engine, coupled with manual transmission, 6-speed, presented in black. And this car has done little under 11,000 miles. Okay, now this car was registered on the 10th of February 2025, so I know what you're thinking. Wow, that's done a lot of miles in the first, well, not even year. Now we've been going around and buying as many of these sort of automatics as we can, CX5 automatics, because the CX5's on run out and there's going to be a gap between the old model and the new model, so we're going and buying up as much used stock as we can to sustain ourselves through the interim. Okay, now this would have been, I didn't know, if you've watched any of my previous videos, you'd know I can normally tell you a little bit of background on the vehicles, normally sold them new, serviced them, etc. This one I can't, but this normally would have belonged to somebody. It would be somebody's company car where they do sort of 10,000 miles and then they have to give the car back and then get another one. So that's probably the history of the vehicle. The great thing is it would have been a lot of long journeys, yeah, not just sort of round town journeys. And in my opinion, from my 23 years experience of being in the motor trade, the higher mileage isn't really the thing. It's how the car's looked after. And of course, if you're only doing 6, 7, 8, 10,000 miles a year, in the next 2 years this car done really low miles, and obviously it reflects in the price, so you're getting a bargain. Okay, so enough of that, let's talk more about the car. So I would say these have a family friendly boot. Actually, we'll come back to the car in a little while. Family friendly boot with the 40-60 split rear seats. You can pop that parcel shelf out if you need more room. Now, the reason I say family friendly is 6.5 years ago I had my first and only child, and I then realised the importance of boot space and the practicality of a car. This would definitely suffice. There was other models in our range that clearly wouldn't. But yeah, so it's a family friendly car. 5-seater, it'd sit 4 in immense comfort, 5 if you needed. You've got the Bose premium sound system, which is standard on the exclusive line spec. These cars are very, very well spec'd. Got front and rear sensors, LED headlights, they've got high beam control. You've got a heads-up display that displays onto the windscreen, keyless entry, keyless start. As I say, they are very well equipped, and not only are they well equipped, but the fit and finish of these cars are, I would say, much better than others. Now, of course, you're going to say I'm being biased. However, excuse me, and we do get lots of cars other than Mazda's part exchanged. A lot of them, the traditional premium branded cars, I wouldn't even call them premium cars anymore. But for example, an A-Class Mercedes. We had a 69 plate, so same sort of the 69 plate Mazda 3 will look like this. Okay, a 69 plate A-Class, this would knock spots off it when it comes to the fit, the finish, the spec, the value for money, reliability, the engines, etc. In fact, my colleague has one. He bought one. He's 19. He's quite impressionable. Wanted a Mercedes, and we wind him up and we call it his Renault Megane, because of course it is a Renault Megane and it has a Renault engine. Okay, so as I say, the point I'm trying to get across is these are lovely, lovely cars. Not only the spec, but the fit and finish. Some cars have high spec, the fit and finish isn't very good. So you have 2 keys with the car. Say keyless start. There's the mileage there, 10,652. Okay, if the car hasn't already been serviced, it will be serviced, but we also do a full 101 point check just to check nuts, bolts, etc, etc. Brakes, tyres are all in fine fettle. Being a current model, you've got the wireless charger, which means you've got the wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Now I'm starting to class myself as a bit of a dinosaur. I have now embraced the CarPlay world, and I think it's very, very handy. Okay, because you can say, like, take me here, take me there, take me to a shop. You've got Google Maps and all that sort of stuff. Okay, but you still have, I don't know why Mazda do really, you still do have Mazda's sat-nav built in, which is dead easy to use, yeah, via postcode. All right. Reverse camera, I did mention to you, that's what the reverse camera looks like. That's why I can park so well in these parking spots. You've got a heated seats, climate control, you've got a 6-speed gearbox with a torque converter. Now that's nothing, well, it's a bit out of the ordinary these days, but automatic gearboxes, most of them had torque converters. So they were smooth, they were seamless, they didn't roll back on hills, and they were reliable. And then, because of all these emissions things, a lot of manufacturers looked to alternatives, and they ended up getting these sort of hybrid boxes which were jerky and they roll back on hills and they put people off. This isn't one of them. This is smooth and seamless, as an automatic gearbox should be. Okay, you've got adaptive cruise control, trip computer. This car's been averaging almost 40 to the gallon. That will bring me on to my next point in a second. Auto lights, wipers, high beam control. Now, I was just been speaking to a gentleman from Derbyshire. Funnily enough, he's inquired on one of these. It's our white demonstrator. So we do have a white demonstrator with about 300 miles if you're interested. And I sort of said he had a Peugeot 308 PureTech, which is like a 1200cc 3-cylinder car. And I said to him, what's made you look at the Mazda 3? And he said, because I want this to be my last car. I want it to last. And it's got a 4-cylinder engine with a good displacement, but it's economical and low emissions. And that's one of the key selling points throughout our Mazda range at the moment, because we actually have proper engines. They have 4 cylinders, so they're smooth. You know, they're smooth, they don't sound like sewing machines, and they're nice to drive and they're reliable, which if you look at the PureTech cars, the EcoBoost cars, all these 3-cylinder cars, they're all problematic. Don't take my word for it, do your own research. I was laughed at by a Nissan garage the other day when I phoned them up booing about a problem we've had on one that we have retailed, that we took in part exchange. They say they change engines all the time. Okay, so I'm never retailing one of them again. So a real good selling point of these cars. Okay, now this car will have the remainder of the manufacturer's warranty, so it's got 2 years 4 months as we currently stand, manufacturer's warranty left on it, with roadside assistance as well. Be fully validated for you, and it'll look tickety-boo. There's a curbed wheel that I'm going to get done, and a little bit of polishing, but the car is lovely. Really, really good indeed. So once again, part exchange is very welcome. We've got fantastic finance facilities. Please do inquire for full T's and C's. And we are here to help. We're a friendly bunch. Get in touch. We're a 7-day-a-week business. We don't mind responding out of hours. Even if you want to get in touch by phone out of hours, leave a voicemail. We will call you back. Okay. So I want to thank you for watching the video. Do please hit that notification button, subscribe, like and comment, and do look at our reviews, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye bye.